Carolina quarterback Bryce Young. So why are the Panthers giving up? And that's kind of what it seems like it's going on.
Yeah.
Young's numbers so far: 245 yards, 55.4 completion percentage, no touchdowns, 3 interceptions, and a 44.1 quarterback rating. What's your first impression of these numbers?
It's kind of frustrating, James, but like I said, it's still early, and I want to give him the benefit of the doubt. But he's a rookie. You know what I mean? This is out. Every rookie is not gonna be the same. Like I said, and then we got to think of he's on the Carolina Panthers team. They're not even all the way together. You know what I mean? That offensive line needs improvement. It's a lot of things, so I wouldn't just solely blame it on him. Okay.
No, it's not his fault at all, especially considering, football is a team sport.
Right.
Do you see any correlation with, a player like Young and the Panthers and maybe the quarterback Zach Wilson and the Jets a few years back?
Yeah, I can see a comparison. Yeah.
Because we've talked about, the Jets being a team that gives up quickly on quarterbacks, and it seems like the Panthers are now that too. I mean, everything that's gone on, the quarterback carousel going on over there, and
man, they've been struggling. Them and the Jaguars, man, like it's something going on.
Yeah, there are 3 quarterbacks, especially out there in the AFC South, that are struggling really bad. You have Will Levis with the Titans, who had a fumble towards the end of the game, pretty much gave the game up that they were dominating the whole time.
Right.
And then, you had mentioned the Jaguars. So Trevor Lawrence is out there just doing his best to keep things together.
I don't know what's going on. And they just gave him, see, this is why they shouldn't be giving these quarterbacks these max contracts. Because what has he really shown with that team? You know what I mean? Like, he's good, but I feel like that's a lot of money to not be close to the division or anything.
And the Jaguars, I feel like they've been focused more so on offense, and their defense has suffered. I mean, they used to have really interesting defenses.
Yeah, they did.
Seasons.
Yeah.
And then, you've got Anthony Richardson out there with the Colts. He's also struggling. So what do you think this says about their teams, and do you think that they should be patient with these players?
Absolutely. Like I said, as far as Trevor Lawrence, Bryce Young, all those young guys, give them some time, but you have to build the army around them. So the offensive line needs to be solid. You know what I mean? And then just the defense, that's afterward. But that offensive line, they need a good offensive line.
Yeah, Seattle is a potential landing spot for Young.
Yeah.
Do you think we're gonna see the Seahawks move on from Geno Smith?
I mean, they could, but if they do, they need somebody that can fill his shoes, though. Bryce Young could definitely come in and
Pittsburgh could be another one. The Steelers. Do you think they're going to have Russell Wilson for a whole another year, or do you think that maybe Young could go there, or will they extend Russell Wilson?
With that one, we would have to kind of see how Wilson play, because your boy been carrying for the Steelers, the backup. He's been carrying, so we just have to see.
They might not even need him, and it's interesting considering that the Broncos are paying for like $40 million of his salary too.
Right. Mm-hmm.
And then considering that the Jets gave up on him, and he was also briefly with the Carolina Panthers, we've got quarterback Sam Darnold is looking awesome out in Minnesota. He had that 97-yard touchdown throw to Justin Jefferson.
Yeah.
And how impressive was that win that Sam Darnold got against San Francisco?
Man, that was majorly impressive. When you think of San Francisco, I mean, they're one of the toughest teams in the league. So it's just like, the fact that you can do that just shows,
And him having one of the best receivers maybe ever as Justin Jefferson out there, it's definitely
absolutely
helpful. Do you see that if Darnold does leave the Vikings, what if Young comes in to replace him out there?
Yeah, I can see that. Like I said, I feel like he's going to wind up trading from the Panthers. I feel like that. Because like I said, if it's not working, it's just not working. He needs to be on a team that's kind of already had everything in play, so.
I agree. People say that the quarterbacks have to be talented enough to overcome that, but no, you look at all these teams, and they're building for the benefit of the quarterback and the team.
He needs an offense. Every quarterback needs at least a decent offensive line. So he can be playing at his best potential. But if them defensive boys keep getting to him quick, he gonna make mistakes. Like, it's nothing he can do about that.
Everybody's got to do their job.
Exactly.
Yet, former player and analyst Shannon Sharp came out and recently he said that Jamarcus Russell had better quarterback numbers than Young did.
Mm.
And for our audience who may not be familiar with Jamarcus Russell, he was an LSU quarterback and a first overall 2008 draft pick.
Yeah.
And there was some hesitance in drafting Russell as the number 1 overall pick in 2008.
Mm.
And, for the then Oakland and now Las Vegas Raiders.
Right.
And he was actually taking over wide receiver Calvin Johnson, Megatron.
Yeah,
So,
definitely Megatron.
do you think that they should have taken Calvin Johnson instead?
Yes, definitely. But the Lions ain't got him. Detroit Lions got him, but that definitely would have been an interesting team with him on there.
Yeah, and just to compare their numbers, Russell through 31 games has a 52.1 completion percentage, 4,083 yards, 18 touchdowns, 23 interceptions, 65.2 passer rating.
Yeah.
And then Young through 18 games, 59.3 completion percentage, 3,122 yards, 11 touchdowns, 13 interceptions, and 70.9 passer rating.
Yeah.
So similar numbers, but do you think more is expected from players picked with premium draft status?
Yeah, definitely more is expected. Like I said, Young, he's young. It's literally in his name. So, but I feel like once he finds that team that will take the time out with him, man, he's gonna be a beast for sure.
I agree. And Young and Russell are currently even, and they both have the lowest score among first draft picks each.
Mm-hmm.
And Russell's problems were a lot deeper than just football.
Yeah.
And is there still time for Young to turn everything around?
Yeah, it is. Like I said, it's still early in the season. So, a lot of these, quarterbacks and stuff getting hurt, coming back. So you got time to develop.
I agree. Y'all go ahead and let us know about that. Is Bryce Young done in Carolina? Where could he end up instead? And is he going to show the talent that made him that first-round pick?
We'll keep you guys updated.
And then J&J Sports coming to y'all with more in 2024.